companies, especially contractors in Oklahoma, primarily too, the majority of the workforce tends to be migrants, whether they're legal or illegal. How do you navigate that as a business owner? Or do you still need to do the same laws apply for illegal immigrants here working for you? How does that work?
Very good question. A lot of them do,
Okay.
yes. Not all of the laws, a few of the employment laws only provide protection to, legal U.S. employees, but a lot of them apply to illegals as well. Similarly, I get a lot of questions now with, the trend toward a more remote workforce of I've got an employee that wants to, move to Mexico. It's cheap. I mean, there's a whole plethora of people. It's cheap to live down there. I can keep working for you, doing the same thing I'm doing now, work remotely. My salary in Mexico, I'm, top 1% easy. And so there's also a trend of employees wanting to work, elsewhere. And you asked about U.S. employment laws applying to people working in the United States. A lot of U.S. employment laws also apply if you work outside of the United States, if you're working for a U.S. company, but you may also have employment laws in that jurisdiction. So for example, Mexican employment laws or Israeli employment law, every country has its own set of employment protections for employees that some vary drastically from what we have in the United States. And so if you do have employees in those scenarios, you need to make sure before kind of permitting them to do so, that you're making sure you're complying with employment laws in those jurisdictions as well. And that even comes up with, I talk about the more extreme example, your employees moving out of the United States, but even if you have employees that are working for you that want to, go work in Florida over the winter, there's different laws in Florida that may apply. So you need to make sure that you're complying with all of those laws as well and have someone just to at least kind of make sure, here's what you need to think about.
Yeah, man, that gets really sticky. Really, really sticky.
Yeah, multi-jurisdictional employers that have employees in multiple different states and multiple different countries is a whole, like I say, a whole plethora of other issues.